Hi, guys. Welcome back to the Heartbreak to Hot Girl podcast with your host, Natalie Vanessa. I am so pleased to come back here today because I just wanted to have a little chit chat with you girls today. I just wanted to have a little catch up, a little, update on Natalie's love life, where she at in her healing journey, like what's really going on behind the scenes. Because, I come on here and I do all these episodes about, how to be better, how to, serious topics. But maybe sometimes you just want a little chit chat. I know I like a little chit chat because we like to keep things balanced here. I'm going to also add in here, guys, that I've actually already recorded this episode, but someone in the team, in the production team, I am the production team, forgot to switch on the mic. So everything was recording from my internal MacBook mic, which didn't sound great, sounded echoey, sounded a bit rubbish. So I said, you know what? My girls deserve better than that. My girls deserve quality, okay? They deserve to hear my voice through a nice quality mic. And shout outs to Rode for the mic. It's not sponsored. I bought it with my own money. But shout outs to Rode for the quality that you're hearing today. So we are back again. Well, I'm back for the first time with you. How are you doing? Firstly, I'm so sorry. I just came and dumped all my annoyance on you. How are you doing today? Let me know in the comments. Drop me a DM. If you're not already following me, this is your moment to follow me. Get your phone out and type into Instagram, natalievanessa.x. That's natalievanessa.x. Same on TikTok, Instagram. You can find me over there, baby. You can also find this podcast Instagram, which is Heartbreak to Hot Girl. That's Heartbreak to Hot Girl. It's nice and simple, nice and easy for you. Go over there and connect with me. And yeah, let me know what you think of the podcast because I enjoy making it when it does work. Yeah. Oh my God. I was talking for like half an hour, guys. And do you know how difficult it is to speak for half an hour? My throat is finished, but I'm showing up again and we're going to do it again. All right. It's probably going to be a completely different episode now. I've definitely come with more vim, more energy because do you know what? We're going to get it right this time. And let this be a testament to you girls. Sometimes things don't go your way. Sometimes things go wrong. Sometimes you make silly mistakes. And today was a silly mistake because I've recorded many a podcast, right? I know how to use my laptop. I know how to use the microphone. But in my moment of haste, I didn't switch it on. And now look, I'm having to do it again. But it's fine because we show up every single time with our best self. Okay? Right, let's get into it. So you're here because you want to hear about my life, right? You want to be a bit nosy. You want to be like, oh, what's Natalie Vanessa getting up to? She posts all this stuff on her Instagram. She goes viral, but who is she? What's she doing? Who's she chatting to? Like, has she got a boo thing? Well, the answer is no, nobody, no. Yeah, my love life is non-existent, guys. The love that I have is for you guys. I direct all my love and my energy into you and into myself and my kids. And I'm quite happy with that at the moment. I'm quite happy with that setup and long may it continue. But no, let me backtrack because the end of last year, 2025, I decided to give up alcohol. On December 26th was the last time I went out partying and got really drunk. And I said to myself, I want to go 12 months without drinking alcohol. And that was the goal. I just thought 12 months, that's all I'm going to do. Like no more, no less. The 12 months was my mark. And then I started thinking, okay, now if I can do 12 months, if I can go a whole 365 days, 52 weeks, not drinking alcohol, what would be the incentive to pick up a drink again? Like what would actually be the incentive for me to be like, yeah, I want a nice cheeky bevy if I've gone the whole year without it? There is no incentive, really. So I've just now decided to give up alcohol forever, for the foreseeable. Okay, there might be a case one time, maybe at a wedding, if we're doing a toast, I might have a glass of champagne, but it won't be this year because I want to go complete year sober, complete sober. But after that, maybe I might have a little sip of the Prosecco, I don't know, or the Champagne if it's going at a wedding or celebration. But I just feel like I need to do it. And I've been alongside that. I've been going on, shall we say, a slight spiritual journey. So as you know, I grew up in church. I'm a churchgoer over here. My grandma, God rest her soul, she was a pastor. My mom's a preacher. My uncle's a pastor. We're very much in the church. Church is very much rooted in me. But I haven't well, I hadn't been going for many years. Yeah, I kind of said no to that. But I've always held on to my faith. I've always believed in God. I've always believed in Jesus. Like that's not going to change for me. But I just felt like I wanted to go back to church. I don't know how this is going to look for me. And please don't be worried, guys. My podcast's not going to turn into today. Let's turn our Bibles to Genesis chapter. It's not going to be that. Don't worry. I'm not going to become one of those Bible bashers. But I just felt like the journey that I was going on, I just really wanted to go back to myself. I just wanted to seek out things that would benefit me, that would enrich me. And I just felt like going back to church and reading the Bible a bit more, praying a bit more would help me along that journey. And so far, it's been great. It's been great. I do feel more at peace. I just feel more calm, feel more focused with things. And that could be as a result of a whole host of things. Because like I said, I'm not drinking anymore. I've also decentered men. Like, yo, your girl is not out in these streets. I'm firmly at home, okay? And I think that has helped as well with my focus, but we'll get into that. But yeah, I'm going on this like spiritual journey, this, healing again. We're ramping up again because I've done a lot of healing. Changed myself massively from who I was like 4 or 5 years ago to who I am now. I'm so proud and impressed and inspired by myself on how far I've come. But I feel like this is next level of healing now. And I really don't want any kind of external factors to control me in any way. And you're probably thinking, what do you mean external factors? Like, I don't want to have to rely on drink or alcohol to make me feel confident or to make me feel less anxious. And vulnerable moment, I think I was using that as a crutch in social settings. If you know me, I do get social anxiety sometimes. I know I'll come on here and I'm very chatty and I am a confident person, but sometimes I just don't know what to say. Sometimes I feel very nervous. Sometimes I feel a bit shy, a bit anxious. And I was using the alcohol to kind of navigate that, which is a very slippery slope because we don't want to become alcoholics now. So if you recognize that in yourself as well, I would say, girl, nip that in the bud. I'm not saying you got to be sober, but please do not drink to reduce your anxiety or to feel more confident. Drink because you want to have a good time. Yeah. But don't drink to mask your feelings because that's not going to help. And I realized I was going into that little slippery slope there and that never ends up well. So I don't want any external factors controlling me, myself, and who I am. I've even started reducing the amount of caffeine that I drink as well because I don't want it to be that when I wake up in the morning, I can't function until I have a cup of coffee. I can't function until I have my cup of tea because I need the caffeine. What do you mean? I choose when I want to function. I choose when I have energy. I can wake up and say, yeah, I have energy now. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to drink a glass of water and go to the gym. I don't want to be reliant on anything. And I know this might seem a bit extreme to some people. It might be like, okay, like we get it. You want to be sober now. But this is just a journey that I'm on and I feel like it's a path that I want to take. And then when I started looking at it, I also thought, men were also a big distraction for me. So I got to put some lip gloss on because I hate to have a dry lip. Sorry, bear with me, guys. If you're watching the visuals, just putting on a bit of lip gloss because lip gloss is popping, right? I realized that men were a huge distraction for me. I was very much, when I came out of my marriage, I was going on dates. You've heard the story. I was going on dates with whoever and whatever. Do you know what I mean? Because I didn't want to stay at home because I felt a bit lonely. I wanted validation. I wanted to be loved. And I thought the only way to be loved was to be with someone else. And, I'm not in that space anymore. And I'm so happy. When I tell you, ladies, I'm so happy. I don't feel that pressure anymore to be with a man, to have a man around. It's so freeing. And I know some of us are not there yet. Some of us, we're so used to having a partner or we're so used to having someone around that we don't know how to exist on our own. But once you've gone past that painful stage and you feel really comfortable in yourself and in your own surroundings, it is a beautiful place to be at because now you no longer need anyone for your peace or for your happiness or for your enjoyment because you can create all of that. And that's the focus of my healing journey right now. I want to be so self-sufficient, so secure in myself that no one can come and shake me because I don't need anyone to be okay. I would like someone, obviously, it's not saying I'm saying no to any kind of love, or I'm very much a lover girl. Please, I love love, but I don't need it anymore. Do you understand? I want it, yes, when I'm ready, not in this period, but when I'm ready to want it again, I want it, but I don't need it. I'm proving to myself right now and in this moment that I can survive without a man. And what a beautiful thing it is. And I think I'm thriving, ladies. I think I'm thriving. So that's kind of like my dating kind of love life kind of situation. So yeah, there's nobody. There's not, and I mean, you know, some people are like, yeah, not really chatting to anyone, but then they're still kind of flirting with someone in the DMs, or they're still like kind of checking in on someone every now. There's nobody, ladies. Zero. Okay. If there was anything to happen to me, I got no one to call up and be like, oh babe, can you come over and give me a hug? Or babe, there's nobody. Zero. Okay. And it's peaceful. It's great. And do you know what? I changed my number like, was it like a year, 2 years ago? So even the old ones can't contact me. Oh, this is bliss. They don't have my number. Only like 1 or 2 have this current number because I have a second phone, ladies. I don't know if I should tell you about the second phone. If you're watching the visuals, I've got my second phone here. I shouldn't tell you. I don't know, because the thing is, some men dip into this podcast, right? And they shouldn't be here. If you're a man, exit left now. But I've got a line that I give when I was, dating. I would have a secondary line that I would give the men, because they proved time and time again that they didn't deserve my main line. And some men were on the secondary line thinking they were on the main line and would get really annoyed that I took ages to respond. And in my head, I'm like, bro, sometimes I don't even charge this phone. Oh my gosh, they're going to pay me out to be a villain. But sometimes I don't even charge the phone. Sometimes I don't know where the phone is. At one time, I lost the phone for a week. I wasn't bothered because it's not my main line. So they're fighting for their life on that phone, thinking they're on the main line. And I'm like, no, you're not, darling. But anyways, some of them they don't have this new number, so they can't be contacting me. And some of them are blocked on the secondary line anyway. So there's what I'm saying is there's no chance of men coming in to disrupt this piece that we have going on right now. I will side note here that I do have a crush. And like, I haven't had a crush in a bit. And oh my God, I really fancy this guy, like big time. But okay, so we do know each other, right? We do know each other, but it's not like that at all. But I'm quite happy for my crush to not know that I have a crush on him. And I'm quite happy for this relationship that I have with him to remain in my head. I don't need it to actually transpire into something like real at the moment. Because don't you find, ladies, that anytime you've had a crush on a guy, you fancied a guy, as soon as you start speaking to him, you're just like instantly disappointed? Have you had that before? You just feel instantly, you're just like, oh, I didn't realize he spoke like that, or oh, I didn't realize he wasn't funny, or it just always feels like a letdown. I don't want to be let down because, like I said, I think this man is so hot, like, oh my God. And I don't find a lot of men attractive these days, but I really fancy this one. I think he's cool, but like I said, we're going to leave it there because I'm not being distracted. I'm not being distracted by any of that. So yeah, I'll continue to have my little relationship in my head with him. Maybe he's doing the same. Maybe, I don't know if he likes me. I don't know. Wish I could talk to you girls more privately because you just don't know who's listening to these things, but whatever. But yeah, that's where I'm at. That's probably the only kind of excitement that I have. But like I said, my love that I have, I pour it into you guys. I show up online every single day for you guys. Like, we're in this now. I've been making content for, I think it'll be two years this year. We're 2 years deep in this relationship. Do you know what I mean? We are in it together now. You've really come along the journey with me, and we're only going to get closer and closer, guys. It's going to be really hard for a man to come in and get in between what we have here. Do you know what I mean? Even my friendships that I have in real life, like, I don't know if a man can top it. I don't know if he can slot in. He's going to have to be incredible. And if you see me with a man, if you see me pop up with a boo thing, please know that that man is exceptional, because I'm not dating average anymore. I don't mean like he's got to be rich, but I mean like he's got to treat me like an absolute princess. Like, he's got to adore me. Adore me. He's got to think I am the best thing since sliced bread. It's got to kiss the ground that I walk on. If he's not doing all of that, I don't want it, because I'm actually okay on my own. Because I do all that stuff for myself, and like, my mum shows up for me, my sisters show up for me, my friends are amazing. Like, I am really loved by a lot of people. My life is filled with love. So why would I now allow a new person to come in that shows me nothing? And I know what kind of love I can give. I'm a great friend, I think. I think my friends will say that. I hope so. But I give love. Like, if you are considered a friend to me or in my life, I like to think that I show up for people. I care. I don't just have people around for decoration. Do you know what I mean? If you've got a problem, okay, let's see, how can we work it out? How can I speak life into you? How can I motivate you? How can I inspire you? Like, this is a transactional kind of two-way thing. I'm not just a friend for show. So why, or how dare a man think he can come in and underperform? You will be removed immediately, with immediate effect. But yeah, no, alignment is so important, because if we were to talk about my previous dating history and the men that I attached myself to, because that's what it was attachment issues, you would be like, what was going on there? It was definitely a reflection of mental state, my own confidence in myself, my self-esteem. So we're not doing that anymore. Yes, I've definitely reassessed and come to the conclusion that I need to take a break. I need to take a break for these men. And I've been doing that for the past couple of months. I've also I cringe sometimes when like people announce that they're celibate, but I'm just going to say that I've been practicing that for a bit, and I will continue to practice that for a bit. And it's been great. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes people are like, yeah, I'm going on a big celibacy journey. I'm going to be abstinent. I'm going to blah, blah, blah. And then, anyways, I was going to say something, but let me not say it. But some people be saying that they're celibate and they're not. Do you know what I mean? Anyways, I ain't judging. Do you know what? Everyone's got needs. I'm not judging. But my reasons for not doing it is just, again, I just feel like it's distraction. And doing all that stuff with the wrong person that's not aligned with you can really derail you, can really cause you to lose your focus. And I found that was happening for me. Not anyone that I dated, but like some people that I dated were not helping me get closer to who I wanted to be. I didn't feel like a better woman when I was with them. I started slacking on my social media stuff, started slacking on my content. You know, I was still showing up in the gym, but I didn't feel like I was giving my full self because I was slightly distracted by what was going on, or their lifestyle didn't really match up with me. Because when you think of it, like, I don't smoke, now I don't drink. Why am I going to be with someone that smokes and drinks all the time every weekend? That lifestyle doesn't match up. But I was dating people that were doing that stuff and I didn't like it. Like, I mean, I was drinking at the time, but like, I didn't like people smoking. But yet I was with someone or would speak to people that smoke. It didn't make sense. And I would think I was, doing it because I didn't want to be alone. There's that fear of, okay, this person's like showing interest in me. Maybe I should just attach myself to them. I'm not doing that anymore. Not doing it. I've got my non-negotiable list. We're sticking to it. We're staying very firm to it. We're not deviating from it at all. If that means I need to be single for another 10, 15, 20, 30 years, so be it. Like, I'm not scared of singleness anymore. I'm not scared of being on my own. I have really learned how to be confident in myself. And this is why I do this content as well, because I want you to get to that stage as well. I want you to get to that point where you're like, I don't need a man. I don't need anything around me to feel happy, to feel at peace. Because when you arrive at that stage, do you know how powerful you are when you arrive at that stage? Do you know how powerful you can be when you know you don't need anyone to make you happy, to feel good about yourself? It's an incredible place to be. And yeah, like I said, I want that for all the ladies, all of the girlies, all of the hot gal that follow me. I want you to experience that. And even like friendships as well, like, and this is no shade to like my friends at the moment, and I'm not announcing this to say that I'm cutting off anyone, but I've been really conscious of where I'm going, who I'm speaking to, when I'm speaking to them, what I'm speaking about. Like, I've just become really conscious of my energy. So this is not just limited to men. I've extended this to friends as well, because sometimes you can have friends and they probably got no bad intentions as well, but not everyone is on the same path. We're all on our own journeys, and sometimes unknowingly your friend can kind of maybe deter you slightly from the path that you're on. And this is why it's so important to assess to constantly assess your circles and the people that you have around you and the conversations that you're having and the energies that you're bringing into your space. You need to constantly assess them, because if you're someone like me who is rapidly growing, when I tell you my growth level is so rapid, if you haven't spoken to me in a month, I'm a whole different babe. And I don't mean like personality shift. I mean, I've leveled all the way up. Like every single week, every day even, I wake up and I think, how can I be better than yesterday? So if you're not doing that as a person, you're going to be miles apart from me. And I don't mean this in a very conceited sense that I'm better than anyone, but just I'm not going to be the same Natalie that you spoke to last month or 2 months ago, because every day I wake up and I think, how can I be better? How can I grow? How can I show up more for people? How can I show up more for my followers? What can I do to make more money? Like, I'm always asking myself those questions. And if you have a friend or a partner that is not doing that for their own journey, not to be in competition with you, if they're not doing that on their own journey, you're going to see that gap widen. And it's for you to then look at that and assess, is this friendship working for me? Are we progressing at the same rate? If not, that's fine. Can that friend still be happy for your progress? You know, because we don't know what people think, okay? We can see how they act. They may say on the face of it that, yes, I'm proud of you, like you're doing amazing, sis, but in their heart, they're jealous or they're envious. Sometimes we don't see that. And sometimes, you know, things do reveal themselves after a while, but we always have to be assessing and assess the energies and be very sensitive to that any little shift that is kind of against where you're going, you have to look at it and say, that's not for me. And I'm not encouraging people to cut off people, but me, I will cut off whoever I need to cut off, okay? And I don't want my friends to be listening to this and be like worried about their position. If you know you're who you say you are and the friendship that we have, you got nothing to worry about. It's the ones that might be my friend, but they know in their heart of hearts they don't really like me. Those are the ones that should be worried, because your time's limited. Because I pray, yeah, I have discernment. I'm very like attuned to energies and stuff. And if someone is not for me, I will find out. It will be revealed to me, and I might not even tell you. I might just distance myself, and that's that. Basically. And that's how you have to be in life, okay? Just because you've been with someone, and we take it back to romantic partners, just because you've been with them for 20 plus years doesn't mean that that person is now the right person for you and your life going forward. You may have started a new healing journey that they were not aware of. You might not have been aware of it either, but you're on a different path now that is taking you away from the original path that you were on with them. And sometimes some people can't come with us. Sometimes that partner can't come with us. Sometimes your friend can't come with you. And it's hard and it's tough, because especially if you like these people, especially if they're nice to you, they're pleasant, you've got history, you've done things together. If you're starting to recognize now that your paths are different, you have to honor, you cannot afford to not pursue your dreams and your goals for the sake of others. And that's the stage that I've got to. I was very much a people pleaser, very much wanted to be liked by everyone. But now I don't care if you don't like me. I don't care if you're a hater. I don't care if you're jealous of me. I have a very clear path in my head of where I want to be and where I want to go. And nothing, when I tell you nothing is going to stop me from getting there. And if anyone or anything comes in the way to kind of knock me off my path, to kind of distract me, they have to go. And it sounds cold-hearted, but that's what we have to do, because we're not sacrificing ourselves again. We sacrificed ourselves for how many years before with like partnering with the wrong person? We sacrificed our identity, our sanity, our peace, our happiness. We sacrificed a lot for other people. Now that we've come on the other side, and thank God we've come on the other side, we're not going back to make the same mistakes again. So you have to be so fierce and so angry. If someone steps over your boundaries, if someone disrespects you, if someone, downplays your dreams or tries to criticize you, you need to become angry in that moment, because now they're threatening your future self, who you want to be. They're threatening the person that you want to become. Why would you keep someone in your life that every time you try and do something, they're trying to pull you back? They're trying to say, oh, do you think you should be doing that? Do you think you can achieve that? You don't need that in your life. Get rid of them. Because yes, you might have less friends, But ultimately, you will be happier because once you achieve your goals and get to the place that you want to be at, you're going to be happy. You're going to be so proud of yourself. But what's the point? Playing it small just to please other people, just not to rock the boat, just to maintain friendships and relationships that you've had for X amount of years. What's the point in that? No point. This is your life at the end of the day. You've got one life. We've got one short life that we are living. Why the hell are you going to live it for someone else? You need to live it for yourself and only you. And yes, I know some of us, we have children. People say they want to live for their kids. You living for you is living for your kids. You achieving your goals, you following your dreams is helping your children have dreams. And I'll do another episode about, how children model the behaviors of their parents. They don't listen to what we say to them. They watch how we act and how we show up in this world. And if you have learned to become a woman that is strong, fierce, okay, and after her goals, they will learn that is the standard for them now. They will look at mummy and be like, yeah, my mum's a boss. My mum did that. I'm trying to be like my mum, and if not better. I want my kids to be better than me, but I need to inspire them to be that. I need to inspire my daughter and show her that, yeah, you might get knocked down in life, because life happens, but you're always going to get back up. You're always going to get back up because life is not going to defeat you because you are in control of your life. This episode has got very preachy, guys. I don't know why. I just feel this fire in me to just let you know that don't give up on your goals. Don't give up on yourself, and don't let anyone distract you. And if that means you look at your situation, you've got to get rid of everyone. Because there was a point a couple of years ago, I had to get rid of a lot of people. You might be on your own for a bit, but I promise you, if you stay committed to your path, the right people will be attracted and brought into your life, and you'll be okay. And if they're not for a period of time, then you stand alone and you stand firm. And hey, do you know what, girl? You have me, okay? If anything, you've got me, because I'm going to be encouraging you through my podcast, through my content, and tell you to keep on going. Because this world needs to see what you have. You've got a dream. You've got something you want to put out there. You want to help people like I'm doing on this podcast. You might want to do a podcast yourself. You might want to help women come back from whatever you've been through. You might have experienced domestic violence. You might have experienced horrible things that now you've overcome. You might want to go out there and help other women overcome that too. If you have a purpose like that, you cannot afford to be distracted. You cannot afford to let a man or a woman or whoever take you away from that journey. Now, I started this episode talking about my love life, and look where we've got. But it is deeper than that. Like, life is always deeper than that. And I think my decision to go on this journey of not drinking alcohol, to go on this journey of coming back to my true self, is really going to help propel me into the future to be the woman that I know I've always destined to be. When I was in therapy, I remember my therapist, and I think I've shared this on here before, so apologies if you've heard this already, but my therapist asked me to do some like visualization, to visualize kind of myself. I forgot the context it was, but anyways, I visualized that I was basically in a cage. I was in a cage, but the cage door was unlocked. There was nothing stopping me from coming out of the cage, but I was in this cage. And she, after that visualization, she said, what does that represent to you? And for me, it was, I know I have potential, but I have put these barriers around me. No one else has. I have put these barriers around me to say that, no, I need to play it small. No, I maybe I shouldn't be so loud. Maybe I shouldn't be so angry at this. Maybe I shouldn't be so mean. Maybe I should say yes. I placed all those things around me and caged myself in because I was scared to step out. But all this time, the cage was already open. I had the keys to the cage. You have the keys to your cage. You have the keys to open and unlock your life. But a lot of the time, we hold ourselves back. And sometimes we might even use the excuse of, oh no, yeah, my partner's not supporting me, so that's why I'm not doing it. Or my friends don't support me. My friends don't like my content. That's why I haven't made it. My friends are not buying from me. That's why I haven't done it. We need to mature past that. When I started out on my social media journey, my friends, my sisters, my family didn't all support. They made jokes about it. And, this is not to talk bad about them in any way, because I get it. Like, why is Natalie doing content now? Like, content creator, like, since when? I get it. But we need to mature past that, because your friends, your family see you in a certain way. They see you as, they've put you in a box that they've had you in for your whole life. And now you want to grow and step outside of that. People are confused by it. And that's okay, because this is how the human brain works. We get confused when things disrupt the pattern. We don't understand now that, okay, Natalie has moved from being a stay-at-home mum to content creator extraordinaire, because that's what I'm going to be, okay? They're having a hard time to understand that in between stage as you're still growing. So say if you've been in a 9-to-5 job, now you've quit that job, you want to be a business owner. People are going to it's going to take them some time to redefine you in their head, to give you that new identity, but that is not your problem. And that's why I say we have to mature past looking at, okay, yeah, my friends support strangers, but they don't support me. Who cares? If your content, if your business, your product, your service is not for your friends, if they're not your clientele, you don't want them engaging with your content because they're just doing it out of niceness. Where does that get you? Isn't it better to get people that actually like your product, like your service, see value in your content? Isn't that better and a true reflection of how you're doing? Because what if you got 100 friends and they're all liking up and blowing up your post, but they're not going to give you the truth that, oh, actually, your content sucks, or actually your product is rubbish, or your business could do with some help. The market will show you that. So let's mature past that. And if you're at that stage as well, don't worry, just keep on going, because eventually when you start to get the results, and you will, if you go on your journey and you don't give up, if you have a mindset where you're like, I'm not giving up, you will get results eventually. When those results start coming in, people start turning around and saying, how did you get 0 to 20k followers? How did you do that? And it's not for you in that moment now to be bitter and be like, well, you weren't supporting me in the beginning, so like, man's not talking to you. No, teach them, let them know. Because like I said, people have a hard time re-identifying, redefining people when they've known you to be one way all their life. We probably do it too. We might see someone we went to school with and be like, oh, what? Now they're big shot, I don't know, investor. Like they were just a class clown at school. We do it all the time. And this is just the way our brains work. But don't let it stop you or hold you back from doing what you need to do. And I think the message today of this episode, I know I've kind of gone around talking about my own spiritual journey and, you know, decentering men and giving them alcohol. But the message going through is going back, just go back to yourself and stay focused on your journey, whatever that may be. Whatever promises you've made to yourself, whatever dreams you have, follow them, chase them, fiercely chase them. And like I said, you need to, and this is something my therapist, I love my therapist Dawn. Honestly, she's so incredible. Maybe one day I can bring her on this podcast. I don't know if she'll say yes, but she was so incredible. But I remember she told me that I needed to be more angry, that I wasn't displaying enough anger. And it's true. I was very much, oh yeah, it's fine, everything's cool, yes, it's fine, I don't want to rock the boat, And when you're like that, what are you doing in that moment? You're saying no to yourself every single time. You're not standing up for yourself when something's wrong. You're not advocating for yourself at all, because you want to keep the peace. You want to be nice. And I have an episode called Let the Nice Girl Die, actually, little plug here. I believe it's episode 4, but it's called Let the Nice Girl Die. And it talks about getting rid of this notion of being the nice person. Forget being a nice person. Nice people finish last. I am not a nice girl anymore. I was a nice girl for 10 plus years in my relationship, and my ex decided to cheat on me countless times, okay? And each time I took him back. So, you know, I understand your story. I understand that you had a tough upbringing. I forgive you, I forgive you, I forgive you. If you keep doing that, people will just use you and use you and use you until they can't use you anymore. So Let the Nice Girl Die. Go and listen to that. It's a great episode. But yes, what we need to do is focus on ourselves. Be angry, okay? Maybe this is your homework. I haven't given you guys homework in a while, but be angry. And I mean controlled anger. I don't mean go flip out and go punch walls or go and key your baby dad's car. But we're not doing that because we're not criminals, okay? We are hot girls, we're not criminals. I'm not telling you to go and be angry in that sense. I'm telling you to allow the feeling, the emotion of anger represent itself. Like now I feel angry, right? I mean, I'm smiling if you're looking at the visuals, but I feel passionate, anger, fierce, because I know I'm on the right journey and I'm fighting to get there. I'm using that anger to fight and stay focused. And that anyone that comes in my vicinity, comes in my space, that is trying to say, oh, do you know what, nah, or bring in some negative energy, criticism, trying to knock me off my path or coming with bad energy, listen, they have to go immediately. And I will be angry while doing it. I'll be like, get out of my space. And that's how you need to be. That's how you need to be, girl. And I know, like I said, I'm an empathetic girl. I was the nice girl. I was soft. I was people pleaser. I get it. And I'm not trying to shame you ladies, if that's where you're at the moment. But what I'm telling you is if you continue to be like that, you're not going to get anywhere. You're going to look 10 plus years down the line, 20 years down the line, and you're going to wonder why you're still struggling with the same things. You're going to wonder why people are still using you, men are still manipulating you. You know, you're going to wonder why you're still upset about these things, why you haven't reached your goals, because you can't afford to be nice in this world. And it's such a shame that the world is like this. It's such a shame that humans are like this, but we have to play the game, ladies. And it's not about being masculine and hard. I'm still vulnerable. I'm still soft when it's appropriate. But when it comes to my goals, when it comes to now getting in a relationship, when it comes to choosing friends or choosing where my energy goes, I'm not going to be nice. I'm not going to be nice at all. I'm not going to be soft. I'm not going to be soft about that. I'm going to be stern. I'm going to be focused on what I need to do because I love my life so much. And I love me so much as well. And do you know what? I haven't been able to say that. You know, I wasn't able to say that a couple of years ago. But I love me so much. And I will do anything for me. Anything. If I'm hurt, I'm going to speak up for me. Okay? And that's how you need to be. If you're still on a journey to love yourself, that is the most important journey you can go on. The most important journey. Forget about all the other journeys. You need to go on the self-love journey first because that will determine your success in life with anything. You can't go into business or can't even come online if you don't love yourself and have that self-esteem because you will be knocked down by people. Love yourself first. Love yourself. Build up your confidence. And anyone, like I keep saying, anyone that comes in the way of that, mate, get rid of them. Get rid of them and don't worry about it. Anyways, ladies, I feel like I've preached at you enough. But I hope you have found this episode inspiring, motivating, uplifting, and whatever else it needed to be, because I felt energized while giving this episode. I felt alive while giving it. So I'm hoping that energy transpired through this microphone and out through your phone speaker or wherever you're listening to this. Okay, we are really on a journey of greatness and we're going to be hot girls while we're doing it. Okay, we're going to come out on top, all of us. If you're not already, guys, please go and follow me on my personal Instagram, natalievanessa.x. That's natalievanessa.x. If you liked this episode, I would much appreciate to hear your comments below. I want to hear if you're inspired by this or what you're going to be doing next. Let me know. Drop a comment on this episode. I would much appreciate it. And head over to Instagram again and follow our podcast page, which is Heartbreak to Hot Girl. That is Heartbreak to Hot Girl. And just hit me up, guys. Like, I would love to hear from you guys. I know there's a few silent watchers and silent listeners, and I appreciate you, and it's all love. But sometimes just give me a little hello. Just be a little, hey girl, I've been listening to you. I really like what you're doing, because this is a two-way friendship relationship. Like, I've been doing this for almost 2 years now, not the podcast, but like content. So I feel like for us to really get to know each other, y'all got to talk to me. Okay. You guys got to reach out and talk to me. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you again next week. Bye guys.